Every year, New York City removes more than 12,000 street and park trees, while NYC Parks alone generates an estimated 12,400 metric tons of woody debris annually from pruning, storm cleanup, and tree removal. For decades, most of this wood was chipped, hauled away, or discarded. Today, a growing urban wood recovery system is giving many of those trees a second life as lumber, furniture, mulch, compost, and biomass, instead of treating them as waste. Before we step inside the process, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell so you don't miss our next deep dive into the hidden industries behind everyday materials. The material begins on sidewalks, parks, schoolyards, construction sites, road medians, and storm-damaged neighborhoods. A large street tree may be removed because it is diseased, unstable, blocking construction, damaged by high winds, or interfering with public infrastructure. Once the tree comes down, the city faces a practical question. Should this wood be treated as waste, or can it become a usable material? The first step is removal. Tree crews cut branches, separate limbs from the main trunk, and reduce the tree into sections that can be lifted by equipment. Small branches and brush usually move toward chipping. Larger trunk sections are handled differently because they may contain usable lumber. Grapple trucks, loaders, and cranes lift the material from the street or park site and load it onto trucks. These are not the small machines used in backyards. Industrial wood chippers are massive, often weighing over 30 to 80 tons, powered by engines exceeding 500 to 1,000 horsepower. Some of the largest models can process 100 to 300 tons of wood per hour. The process begins with feeding. Excavators or conveyor systems push logs and stumps into the chipper's intake. The opening itself can be over 1 meter wide, allowing entire tree trunks to enter without pre-cutting. Once inside, the real power is unleashed. Rotating drums or discs equipped with hardened steel blades spin at high speed. As the wood makes contact, it is instantly cut, shredded, and broken apart. The sound is intense, a deep, grinding roar as thick wood is reduced to small chips in seconds. A full tree trunk can disappear in less than 10 seconds. Even dense root balls and irregular stumps are no match. The machine tears through knots, dirt-covered roots, and hardwood with relentless force. As the material is processed, it is expelled through chutes onto conveyor belts or directly into waiting trucks. What comes out is no longer waste. It is uniform wood chips ready for the next stage. From here, the material enters a new industrial pathway. One of the most common uses is mulch. Wood chips are screened and sorted by size. Larger pieces may be reprocessed, while smaller, consistent chips are colored, treated, and packaged for landscaping. Every year, millions of tons of mulch are used in gardens, parks, and urban spaces to retain moisture, suppress weeds, and improve soil health. But mulch is only the beginning. A significant portion of wood chips is used as biomass fuel. In energy facilities, these chips are burned in controlled environments to produce heat and electricity. Biomass plants can consume hundreds of thousands of tons of wood chips annually, generating renewable energy that reduces reliance on fossil fuels. Some advanced systems go even further. Through processes like gasification and pyrolysis, wood chips are converted into synthetic gas, bio-oil, or biochar. These products can be used for energy, industrial processes, or soil improvement. Wood chips also serve as raw material for manufacturing. In large processing plants, chips are transformed into particle board, MDF panels, and engineered wood products. These materials are used in furniture, construction, and interior design. Paper production is another major pathway. Wood chips are pulped, broken down into fibers, and processed into paper, packaging, and cardboard products. This allows even low-quality wood waste to become part of high-demand industries. Nothing is wasted. Even dust and fine particles generated during chipping are collected and reused. These can be compressed into fuel pellets or used in composite materials. The efficiency of the system is remarkable. From irregular, bulky waste to uniform, usable material, the transformation happens in seconds, and it happens at scale. A single large wood processing facility can handle thousands of tons of material per day, operating continuously to keep up with supply. Behind the scenes, logistics play a critical role. Trucks deliver raw wood waste from multiple sources. Processed materials are shipped out to landscaping companies, power plants, factories, and retailers. The entire system operates as a loop. Trees are harvested or removed. Waste is collected. Economy in action. Technology continues to push the industry forward. Used in energy,
Modern
construction,
wood chippers
and
are equipped with
agriculture,
sensors
and in
that
many
monitor
cases
load,
they return to the
vibration,
soil,
and
supporting
new
condition.
growth.
Automated systems adjust feeding rates to maximize efficiency and prevent damage. Every single day, more than 8 million people living in New York City throw away mountains of garbage. Black trash bags pile up along sidewalks. Restaurants dump food waste by the ton. Construction crews tear apart old buildings while sanitation trucks move non-stop through streets that never truly sleep. But here's the part very few people know. New York City generates around 3.8 million tons of residential trash every year, creating one of the largest and most aggressive sanitation systems on Earth. This creates a massive hidden industry. Giant garbage trucks crushing waste in seconds. Bulldozers pushing mountains of trash across transfer stations. Barges hauling sealed containers through dark waterways. Freight trains carrying garbage across multiple states. And enormous landfills swallowing millions of tons of waste produced by one of the busiest cities in the world. Today, we're stepping inside the hidden machinery behind New York's trash system to see what really happens after millions of bags disappear from the curb. Before sunrise, the system is already moving. Sanitation trucks rumble through narrow streets while flashing lights bounce off wet pavement and apartment windows. Workers grab bags piled shoulder-high along the sidewalks and hurl them into steel hoppers as hydraulic compactors slam downward again and again. The sound echoes through entire blocks. Metal crashes, engines roar, garbage compresses into dense layers inside the truck body while more bags keep coming. In dense neighborhoods, entire streets can fill with trash in only a few hours. Some trucks collect tens of thousands of pounds during a single shift before heading toward another hidden part of the city most people never see: the transfer stations. These facilities are among the most intense industrial sites in New York. Garbage trucks back through giant steel doors and unload directly onto enormous concrete tipping floors already covered with mountains of black bags, broken furniture, cardboard, shattered plastic, mattresses, food waste, and construction debris. The smell hits immediately. Bulldozers push through the piles while front loaders scoop trash toward giant compactors. Seagulls circle overhead. Some stations process thousands of tons of garbage every single day, and the flow never fully stops because New York never stops producing waste. At first glance, the operation looks chaotic, but underneath the noise is a tightly coordinated logistics system designed to move garbage out of the city as fast as possible. Others move toward rail terminals, where entire lines of freight cars wait to be loaded with container after container of compacted garbage. But one of the most surprising parts of the system happens along the waterfront. New York moves enormous amounts of trash by barge. At marine transfer stations, cranes swing giant containers over dark water while tugboats idle below. Rows of sealed garbage containers are stacked onto massive barges stretching across the harbor. Then the barges pull away from the city skyline, carrying thousands of tons of waste through rivers and shipping channels toward rail yards and disposal facilities far from Manhattan. The system feels more like an industrial shipping port than a sanitation department, because garbage in New York is not simply collected, it is exported. For decades, the city depended heavily on Freshkills landfill, once one of the largest landfills on Earth. Mountains of garbage buried entire sections of land for years. After the landfill closed, New York's waste system transformed into something even larger. A giant interstate logistics network moving trash across multiple states through trucks, railroads, barges, transfer stations, and disposal contracts. Some garbage travels hundreds of miles before reaching its final destination. But not everything goes directly to landfills. Another massive system operates alongside ordinary trash collection: recycling. Separate sanitation routes collect cardboard, glass, metal, paper, and plastics from millions of homes and businesses. These materials move toward giant recycling facilities known as materials recovery facilities, or MRFs. Inside, the atmosphere changes completely. Conveyor belts stretch across giant buildings while mixed recyclables pour through the system like industrial rivers. Workers stand beside moving lines, pulling contamination away by hand. Magnets rip steel cans upward from the stream. Optical scanners flash rapidly while identifying plastics at high speed. Air jets blast bottles sideways into separate channels. Aluminum skips across vibrating sorting tables. Cardboard stacks into giant compressed cubes taller than forklifts. Everything moves constantly. Rattling conveyors, spinning screens, roaring blowers, crushing compactors. The rhythm feels almost mechanical enough to hypnotize. Some facilities process hundreds of tons of recyclable material every day, and even then, contamination remains a huge problem. Plastic bags jam machinery, food-covered cardboard ruins paper loads. Broken glass spreads across conveyors like sharp gravel. Recycling at New York scale is brutal industrial sorting work happening at incredible speed. Then there's food waste. Millions of people generate enormous amounts of organic garbage every day through restaurants, grocery stores, apartment buildings, and food delivery systems. Some of this material now enters composting and anaerobic digestion programs where bacteria break down food waste inside controlled industrial systems. Giant tanks bubble with decomposing organic material while methane gas is captured for energy production. Other material becomes compost used in agriculture and landscaping. Even garbage itself is slowly becoming another industrial resource stream. Technology now controls much of the sanitation network. GPS systems track truck routes in real time. Software calculates collection efficiency block by block. Transfer stations monitor container weight and compaction density. Rail logistics systems coordinate interstate shipments while sanitation departments analyze mountains of operational data every single day. Because if the system slows down even briefly, garbage begins piling up almost immediately. And in a city this dense, that becomes a serious problem fast. During storms, strikes, or infrastructure failures, trash can overwhelm neighborhoods within days. Rats spread through overflowing piles, streets become blocked, odors intensify. The city feels different almost instantly. That's why thousands of sanitation workers, drivers, operators, mechanics, crane crews, logistics planners, and rail workers keep the system moving non-stop. Because modern cities survive on invisible infrastructure, and garbage is one of the largest invisible systems of them all. Most people only see a trash bag for a few seconds before it disappears from the curb. But behind that moment is a giant industrial chain of sanitation trucks, transfer stations, bulldozers, cranes, barges, railroads, recycling facilities, compactors, landfills, and logistics systems operating across entire states. From Manhattan sidewalks to distant disposal sites hundreds of miles away, the scale is staggering. It is sanitation, it is freight transportation, it is heavy industry, and it is one of the largest hidden infrastructure systems keeping New York alive every single day. Inside New York City's trash industry, garbage is not simply thrown away. It is crushed, compacted, containerized, transported, sorted, recycled, buried, and moved through one of the most aggressive waste management systems on Earth. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the hidden machinery behind one of the world's largest cities, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss our next exploration into the giant industries powering modern life. Thanks for watching, and stay curious.